Hello my friends, welcome to another video. This time King, God, Castle, Beginner's Guide. But before we get into that, make sure to check out our Discord server. More than 7,000 people, all kinds of different games you can play, and now we added King, God, Castle to our gaming list, so make sure to check it out and maybe there's a spot for you in our clan. Now let's get started with that Beginner's Guide. Okay, so for this beginner's guide, I wanted to play the first chapter at maximum difficulty, meaning Phase Stand Corrupt. I'm using a fairly beginner team. The only non-starter I'm using is Bardry, because I wanted to show you a little something. For the altar, I am using 15 points in blood and 10 points in heroes. It's a pretty good starter build if you're not level 25 yet, so you don't have maximum points yet. Blood is always a good altar to start for the lifesteal, so it's always good to start there and build your way up. The team, it's a fairly starter team, like I already explained, and you can see the two relics I'm using. They're also more endgame, but it doesn't really matter, and that will also be the first real tip I am giving you. If you want to use a specific type of relic, try using the horn for playing invasion, because it will give you extra XP, so that's always nice. If you're leveling up, you want to get that level 25 as soon as possible, so yeah, use extra XP relic. If you're playing expedition, there is also a relic that can give you extra expedition rewards. It's a book, but I would focus on the XP one, so you can get 25 ASAP, because those 25 points, they really do matter if you can have your altars maxed. So they will help you a lot in progression. So I wanted to play the game. It's the first level, everybody will have to play this. It's fairly easy to beat, and I wanted to give you pointers left and right what you could do. I will talk about my team composition a little bit first. So there's a lot of things going on here, and it's a fairly beginner composition, except for Bardry. They're all starter characters. But I wanted to show you something with Bardry. It's a pretty fun tactic. So Bardry, it reduces the cooldown for the skills on your other heroes if they're within range. So putting Bardry together with Alberon will give you like insane amount of healing, but we're also using the altar of blood, so using blood and Alberon at the same time is maybe a little bit of overkill, especially in this level. So that's a pretty good combination to remember, but also Evan and Bardry in this case, because you will see Evan will become my main damage dealer, and I'm building Evan with magic to enhance his skill. You see the beam flying around like there, that's the one. He will be able to use his skill a lot more, and that's my main source of damage, so that's my tactic here. If I would get a lot of attack items, I could build out Aramis, but it's always good to have like a magic type damage dealer and an attack power type damage dealer in your composition, in your team, because that way if you get a lot of items from one or the other, you will be able to be versatile and build two types of damage dealers. Now, if you're paying attention, you are seeing I'm not using my items right away. They're just sitting there. So I'm building my team. My team at the moment is strong enough to handle it, so I don't really need to use my items yet. So I'm kind of holding it back, because if as soon as you upgrade one of your items to the gold tier, then your items will get like a special random stat, an extra stat. It can be extra armor, it can be extra shield, you know, there's different kinds of items and specific stats. So I kind of want to know sometimes what that random stat will be, and before I put it on a hero. So maybe a certain random stat is very good for one type of hero, I want to put it on that one. Like right now, what happened was I had a bow, that bow had extra block, and my main damage dealer Evan is a melee, so it's really good on him because my melee is in the front line and he will get extra block. So that's one example. Other than that, also pay attention, the bronze, the lowest tier items. Each hero can only have 3 items on him. So let's say you have like a gold star hero like my Evan is right now, and I put 3 bronze items on him, but I'm not getting a second or more bronze items to upgrade my items, then they are stuck there and I can't do anything with them. And I have all these great items, but my gold star hero doesn't have any spots left to put items on, and then it's kind of a waste. And the only way to get items off of a hero is by throwing him in the bin, and we don't want to throw a gold star hero in the bin. That would be a waste of resources, so keep that in mind. Another important aspect is your team composition. I am just putting them on there. I'm kind of strong enough for this level, so you see the obstacles in the middle of the field, I'm putting my heroes behind it. There is smarter ways to put your heroes. There is some maps at harder difficulties that will have a lot of AoE monsters, so you don't want to huddle up, you want to spread out your heroes so you don't get hit by the AoE. You know, you have to take into consideration tactics like that. Right now we're doing pretty good. I'm changing my position now because it was stupid of me to stay behind the obstacle. This way I'm a bit tucked away in the corner, more safe, and my first attack from Evan, the laser beam, will be hitting more monsters. So, you know, always think of your composition. Where are you putting your heroes? And you will learn if you once you progress that each level is different, and you will need to be paying attention to this, because sometimes you won't be able to beat certain levels by leaving your team in the same position the entire game. Now there's another important part of the game. We haven't talked about it yet, but the resources you get during the game. We already saw I was getting weapons and armors. That's an important resource. And as you can see now, you can see money, you can see the special items, you have books, you have scrolls, all those things. It's kind of important, and they all have a tactical importance while playing the game, how you are going to, you know, move on, and what your tactic is. For some tactics, it's maybe important to save up on the books and the scrolls. For others, it's maybe more important to get the right kind of weapons. You will learn as you go on, but the books, what do the books do? The books will give your heroes an extra level. They're in the same tiers, so bronze, silver, gold tier. You can only use bronze books on the bronze tier. Silver you can use on silver tier and lower, and gold you can use on gold tier and lower. So kinda you want to see how you're using these books correctly, and don't waste them, because you know they don't come cheap. The second thing is the scrolls. The scrolls basically, depending on what tier, if you activate one of those scrolls, it depends on the amount, but like the first 6 heroes you summon will be in that tier. So that's basically how it works. So for some tactics, it would be nice to save up on those to get your heroes up in higher stars as quick as possible. For other tactics, maybe your weapons are more important. So the weapons, we already talked about those. Keep in mind, put the right weapons on the right heroes if you want to do maximum damage or use them the best of their abilities. There is a lot of ways to play this game. There's a lot of ways to beat certain levels. Play around, test stuff out. It's very balanced, so yeah, it's really nice to play. There is always a couple of heroes that work better than others, but we'll talk about those later. So just have fun and test things out. in the beginning, try and be balanced, because, you know, it's never easy, but a balanced way is good to start out. And once you figure out how everything works, you can start, you know, trying to discover new tactics. Okay, some other tips. We discussed the relics. Make sure you get that horn for extra XP when you're playing the invasion mode. That's the main PvE mode, because you want your level 25 as quickly as possible to get your maximum altar points, and they will help you a lot in progressing in the game, and also theory crafting, and you know, it's a fun aspect of the game. You want it as soon as possible. Then your scrolls and your keys, always open them in sets of 4, because if you do not do so, you open 2 and you think, tomorrow I'll have another 2. No, they will reset and you will have to start over again. So always open them in sets of 4 so you can benefit that double reward bonus. Then when you're stuck in a certain level, go try and play another mode, do some PvP, you know, see what you can do, or try repositioning your heroes or something like that, because there's a lot of RNG in this game, and maybe if you the first time you don't succeed in a level, the second time you might, because you will get a better weapon, you get higher levels on a certain hero. There's so much going on in this game, so don't give up after one try. And I already explained it. A good starting altar would be Altar of Blood if you don't have maximum points yet, so keep that in mind. And that's basically it for the tips and tricks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know we haven't talked about PvP, but that will come in a whole separate video because it's a topic on its own. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope this video has helped you, and I will see you guys very soon on the battlefield.